and its Megatron, and now its residents shall witness its dismemberment. Rise, my podcast, serve your new master well. All hail Unicron.
Hey everybody, welcome to All Hail Unicron, episode 86, entitled Things to Talk About That Are Things That People Talk About That Are, in fact, relative things. I'm your host, Oscar Alonso, everyone's favorite internet has-been, and joining me tonight is everybody else. Starting from my left, he is everyone's favorite ambulance chaser and woman disgracer. He's been banned from several Discord chats, the one, the only Mr. Richard Preorder.
Oh, hey. How's it going?
Yeah, just chasing ambulance because he's a sick fuck. I want to see your wound. Show me your wound. There's your show title, Justin. Show me your wound.
I was between that and the damn SD card.
And coming up to my right, he is everyone's fantastic representative when it comes to those less fortunate that need someone to stand up and fight for them. He's been on TV. His Facebook default picture is him as Daredevil. He is the one, the only, the guy who is also on 4 Dummies, but always lies about how many times they record. Fucking lawyer. One, the only T2RX6 Justin.
Yeah, that's me. That's totally me. That was how did you get me to such a T? I don't even know.
I don't know, man. I'm fucking psychic, dude.
Yeah,
and
part
speaking
of that,
psychic,
part of that host duties.
I'm trying to segue. Don't ever interrupt me again.
You have a segue?
No, I don't have a. I'm trying to
laugh.
segue. You just heard him talk. He is everyone's favorite online armchair expert when it comes to law. Like he went to school for that fucking shit. He's also put down for 5 Lyo Kaisers from the Haps Lab.
I just had diarrhea, dude.
He doesn't even know it either. He's ordered it from 4 different places.
Who made the funniest joke in a private chat? I'm about to contribute to the newest HasLab project, and I'm like, oh my God, is he really gonna buy one? He's like, no, I just took a shit. It's Robert D.
Hello. I do take issue with you claiming to be the pinnacle of internet has-beens.
I am.
I'm surprised Justin did not object.
Nah, it's fine. It's a running tally. So
When I don't hear people correcting me or see people correcting me in the comments, they're not saying, no, you're not, Oscar. You're still relevant. No, they're like, yeah, he sure is.
Speaking of which,
That's why they kicked him off of Do You Even Transform, bro?
I was going just through my subscriptions list on YouTube, and I saw Ophthalmotimus is in there, and I just looked at his page. Dude, he gets like 20 views a video now.
Are you serious?
How the mighty hath fallen.
Ophthalmotimus?
It's less than 100. Here, we go. Up the bottomus.
What has he done that garnered that type of stuff?
Let's see.
I mean, he's generally just a dick.
Oh no,
to
hold on,
anyone who talks
I'm wrong. 3 days ago, he got 1,000 views.
Huh.
Okay. Oh wait, he gets a lot of views. 7 years ago. Wait. He got 819 views for a He-Man review from 2 months ago. Not bad.
Wow.
300. He got 325 views for another one 7 days ago. So it's more than 100. It's in the hundreds generally. But this is the pinnacle, you know? I mean, 14 years ago,
He would tell you that his shit don't stink. It's yours.
His review of the Costco exclusive Bumblebee 14 years ago got 31 million views.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, holy shit, he is... Wow.
Yeah, that's YouTube. It's really just, I think it's the format.
He's changing up the format, because look, the Studio Series Optimus Prime gets 11,000 views. Then he got the 1-to-1 scale Green Goblin helmet. After that, 4.3 thousand. And then the Masters of the Universe stuff starts falling off really bad.
I think the whole has-been thing is YouTube is the has-been. You know, there's so many other.
It's TikTok.
Well,
You know,
I'll
the
also
attention spans are short.
Instagram.
I'll also say that like Transformers fans are tough, right? Like the moment you switch to reviewing something else, like you will get a fraction of what you were getting.
Right.
It's just how it is.
I actually interviewed Gayfer May, who is a reviewer. I showed you guys a link to his channel and all this stuff. And the kid's really good. He's really popular. I think he's got like 13,000 subs or something like that. We were talking. He's really nervous because he really wants to, because he's like into building Gundams and shit like that. He wants to dabble into that or do like retrospectives on shows, but he's not sure how his audience is going to take it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So it's like we look at Optibotimus's channel, and it's a good example as to what's going on. Because he went from just Transformers to now like, okay, it's Simpsons. He's making additional content. He has no choice.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he's trying. I never talked Optibotimus. I don't plan to.
It's all just because it's YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, if you're on Instagram, TikTok, that's where you have to be. YouTube is the has-been.
Like, you have 368,000 subscribers. That is quite the haul for a Transformer reviewer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope he calls you angry now.
I hope he does too. That'd be great. I could talk to him. Just be like, so are you always going to try to do a Jay Leno impression in every video or what? Because it's fucking driving me crazy. Hey guys, Optibotimus here. Today we're taking a look at the He-Man Master of the Universe Origin Special Limited Edition exclusive Merman. Oh man, let's look at this guy. Yeah, so let's go to anybody get anything. Justin, you go first, besides an SD card.
I got an SD card that
Not anymore.
has apparently not. It has vanished into absolute nothingness. It is gone from this plane of existence. Yeah, I don't know. Transformers Rise, I did not get anything, but I will throw a honorable Transformers mention that Badell and I decided that we were going to go buy a Porsche, and so we got one.
Whoa.
And, yeah, so...
Bought you a Jazz.
Was that?
You bought you a Jazz.
I did buy, well, it's more of a stepper because it's black, but yeah, you know, it's a one of those bucket list cars I'd like to own, so...
What kind of Porsche?
We got a Macan, so it's just a small SUV, but it's fast, it's nice.
We got
it's
a Macan. It came with macaroons.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a Macron. It speaks French.
It does. Yes.
Every time I turn it on, it goes, bonjour. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. Vroom, vroom.
So I will say this all came off of the back of a very long story that Rich has been following along closely, but it started with we traded in our minivan and got a BMW X3 for a while. And we bought it used, and it had like connectivity issues. So we took it to the BMW dealer because it's still under warranty. And yeah, it sat there for just about a month as they went through all the stuff and fought with the warranty company for the place we bought it. And they were like, it's going to cost $22,000 to fix this car. And they're like, well, we will fix it, but we'd also rather just take it back and offer you something else. And I was like, all right, let's do that instead. And so we got a little bit of a discount, and we were like, let's step up. Let's get the
For those
You have a
listening,
Macron.
So,
that's all bullshit. The salesman went over to Justin and Dell was like, look, you guys look like a bunch of pussies. Why don't you buy this Porsche? Look real cool.
yeah, that's true.
Justin's like, well, I'm not sure that's good. Hey, come on. Don't be a pussy.
This is
He
true.
looks at Justin's wife. You want to be married to a pussy? She's like, I'm not sure, ma'am. No, I don't. Heard her. Buy this Porsche. Come on, man.
This is eerily accurate to the conversation that happened. Oscar, what the hell? Twice in a show.
Were you at LaRusso's Luxury Auto?
Oh, my God. I just watched the rest of the show this weekend. It was so good.
We just started watching the series like over winter break.
Just
What
wait till it
series
goes
is
off
this?
the rails, and you're gonna be like, why is no one getting arrested? Why the hell is the
Cobra
police
Kai.
not stepped in?
Oh, I don't know it. So
It's
I mean, I
a-
know it, but I haven't watched it, so I want to get the reference. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you have to watch it, and especially you and Adele will watch this. and you'll see the show and go, why hasn't anyone gone to the fucking cops? And like look at Johnny and be like, you need a psychiatrist, bro. Like, what's wrong with you?
Like they vandalize the dojo and steal the Medal of Honor, and
Yeah, dude. Like they
just
have
like, hey, I just stole my Miyagi's Medal of Honor. Oh,
yeah, what are you gonna do,
well.
guys, Russo? You want to get naked, make out, and fuck?
Cops?
Maybe I do, Johnny.
Have you thought of calling the police?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what's cool? What I didn't expect about that show
Huh.
is it's just like a running sequel. Like you
Yeah.
have like the old actors, you have tons of references to the 80s, to the original movies. I mean, it's not just like a stupid spin-off.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
a legit sequel from the first Karate Kid.
Yeah.
But I mean, so far now the second one. I mean, where I am, I'm season 2, I think. You know, like they're pulling from all the movies, like characters.
And they
coming
will.
back. You know, I mean, I'm shocked. And you know, Johnny's an awesome character. It's kind of he's the anti-hero, and it really focuses on him and Daniel LaRusso. But it starts out focusing on him, and it's about his kind of redemption arc.
Wasn't it started by the guy who plays Johnny?
I don't know.
I think so. Wasn't it a web series before, just like a YouTube Shorts thing?
I think so. Yeah.
And then somebody's like, let's make a real show out of this. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was started by, I can't think of his name. The
I
actor.
can't either. It's like William something or other.
I mean, it's very good, and he's stuck in the 80s.
Yes, dude. He is the epitome of that guy you went to high school with that was like varsity and like super popular and is like now in his 40s, almost 50, and he still wears that high school football jacket. He's like, yeah, you know, as he's like working at the Chevron gas station, I'm a pretty badass football player.
He's like
you know?
if Al Bundy was a karate master.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know? Yeah.
He's Paul Kai, Peg.
I would think you'd enjoy it. You and Adele would enjoy it.
Yeah, it is really good.
There you go.
I can't get Carrie to sit down and fucking watch it because, you know, it's not about doctors and shit like that.
Yeah.
But
She watches like Grey's Anatomy and shit like that.
you fucking know it. On the Head, The Practice, all the spin-offs, every medical show. Now she's watching one called Younger, which I guess is funny because I hear her laughing sometimes.
You know, my
But I
mother,
just-
dude, my mom, okay, she's watching The Practice, and then she gets sick. And then she went to the hospital, and then like in rehab, and then she just thinks everything they want to do is corporate greed driven. I'm like, Mom, they
Oh,
think you have
boy.
scabies. It's a cream. What the fuck are you talking about, Mom?
She leans forward. Rabbit, listen.
You know what kind of a headache that was when they thought she had scabies, and I took her to a dermatologist. She didn't have scabies.
Yeah,
but
and
they
she
thought
leaned
did.
forward. She brought you forward, and she said, Rabbit, listen, buy this Porsche. Don't be a pussy.
They're,
Buy this
they're
Porsche.
isolating me, and they're doing this for money. What
Buy this
money?
Porsche.
Because you got a rash? Really? Fucking Practice. This is the worst.
It was
Oh
a
my
horrible
God.
show, and I didn't like. Oh my god! Like, there's one scene where one of the characters is like a drug addict, and they try to have a fucking intervention, and one of the members of the practice, I only remember him from when he did an old HBO show called Dream On. He played Martin Tupper, and he's like in love with this girl, and she just looks him dead in the eyes. She's like, you know, it's never gonna happen, right? Like, she's strung out, sweaty, and all gross. She's like, I'll never love you. And he's just like, oh, you can just see the moment where he's just like, I'm gonna go home and commit suicide. Like, this is Jesus. This hurts my feelings.
Justin, I mean, like their old rivalry. Like LaRusso is so successful. He is like, you know, he has a luxury auto dealership, and it didn't connect with me until he went back to Miyagi's in the parking, you know, the backyard with the classic cars, and I'm like, that's why he sells cars now, you know. But you know, so he's got a big billboard and everything, and like the moment that LaRusso, like, because Johnny hates his guts because he's so successful. You know, Johnny's living in the past.
Right.
He's a drunk. He draws a giant dick going into Daniel LaRusso's mouth on the billboard. It is so childish.
It is. You know what? There is a scene, Justin, when you see this that you'll connect with the most. It's when Johnny saves Miguel from being bullied by the Oriental kid and his friends. And he does this jump kick, and you hear like his bones crack. He's like, oh.
That's where he's eating that like gas station slice of pizza on the street, and a homeless lady tries to chase him away because she thinks he's homeless and taking his spot.
I will definitely check it out. It has been on my list of things that I need to watch, so I will make sure I do that.
I mean, Too Hot to Handle Germany just came out.
I haven't watched that series. No, we didn't.
Love is Blind season 8 came out, and I can't watch it. Oh God, it's so.
Is
boring.
it about Daredevil dating?
You should be.
Oh, you never heard of Love is Blind?
No.
Oh God,
it's like Daredevil dating.
It's you watched Love is Blind, right, Justin?
One of them I did. I can't remember. I think the first one. They lost their interest.
In lieu of the whole woke Marvel thing, like during She-Hulk when it was on, I liked one of the scene where like Daredevil was doing the walk of shame in his costume in broad daylight. And motherfuckers, like what a lot of people don't know is in the comic books, Daredevil a lot of the time would like save some like really hot chick, and she's like, "Oh my God, thank you so much." She's like, "Yeah, my name's Daredevil, but you know what?" Takes his mask off. "You can call me Matt Murdock. Just don't tell anybody. You want to go grab a drink sometime?" It's like, wow, way to go, bro. Secret identity. Way to keep it. Till Karen Page becomes a fucking heroin addict and sells him out because she's infested with HIV.
Oh God.
No,
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Read that comic now. You ruined it.
Oh please. This shit's like fucking 30, fucking 40 years old. People aren't caught up by now. I don't know what to tell you.
You watching the new Dragon Ball?
Yes. Damia, yes.
I just am not interested. They're just kids.
Oh, they're back. They're the big final fight. They become grown-ups again.
Stupid.
So, and Super Saiyan 4 is now canon.
Why does he go to Super Saiyan 4 and he's pink hair? So he's like Super Saiyan 4 God. He doesn't go to blue, and he doesn't show whatever the hell.
Because it takes place before Dragon Ball Super.
Before Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah.
Right.
And supposedly I haven't seen that line yet in the episode, but there's a part where Vegeta's trying to fight the big bad by himself, and it's Goku's turn, and then Bulma basically says like, "Hey, you keep fighting and not letting Goku have his turn. We're not going to bathe together anymore." And the look he gives her is like, "Oh, Nane." She's like, "Uh-huh." And he's like, "Oh, and he just flies right back next to her. He's like, "Okay, Kakarot, go ahead." Because he ain't trying to have her weld those legs shut.
He misses the blue bush.
Yeah. It's like invading a Smurf village. With my penis, Kakarot.
Nobody.
Oh, we have veered off track. Hey, Robert, what'd you get this week?
I got
Stop listening by now.
Hang Toys Swoop. And this thing is a beast. I do not like that these bots combine.
They don't
just
have
because I know I don't. I mean, in many ways, like they don't. As characters, they don't have to combine, and also I don't have to combine them. But it just bothers me that they combine. Like I don't want my Dinobots to combine. You know, this thing is a beast, literally. I mean, it has a 3-foot wingspan, but it's not just like a panel. They're 3-dimensional. They built them up like plane wings, you know, like they have a cross section to them. This is the opposite of waffles. Like when I looked at it from the side, I'm like, what the fuck? Like these wings are beefy. I couldn't believe it. And you know, I'm just shocked. I haven't been home in a week. We went down to Jersey because the kids were off for a week, and I left them in the office. But I want to try to transform this thing.
Left his whole family in his office with a big bowl full of random food. Don't eat it all. I gotta get to work. Stupid kids. I love you guys.
And I got the last stupid member of Lyle Kaiser for Iron Factory. The pink one, was that the last one?
Yeah, Guy-Hawk.
I can't
still
find
Death Cobra.
Yeah, there's still Death Cobra.
Oh,
Yeah.
Death Cobra. Yeah.
I need to keep my eye on him.
I know I got the other figures, and I don't know where I put them, and I don't even care. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Why did I buy this? Just because it's Iron Factory. You know, like I got the Samurai Sunstreaker, and that was a few weeks ago, and it's just a fiddly piece of shit. Like there's almost nothing samurai about him. It's just like I always felt like in the beginning they started this samurai line because one of their designers couldn't figure out how to do it to Kibble, and they thought, well, that kind of looks like a samurai skirt, you know, and they just went with. They're just kibbly. They only have a couple of good ones, the larger ones like the Grimlock and I forget the other
Ratchet.
one. Yeah, there's a couple of it that are good, but all the smaller ones, they're terrible. And I'm not saying that to be like, oh, it doesn't look the best. Like, you can't transform these figures because they're on just shitty, weak ball pegs on tight, like, transformation joints. So as soon as you try to transform something, you're just ripping his arms off or popping off skirts. Yeah. You know, it's like it's the kind of toy that you have to literally, you know what, this is just easy to take his arms and legs off and transform them and put them back on. It's not fun. You know? So
I like the aesthetics of the robot mode. I have the Sideswipe, I have the Prowl, the Smoke Screen, and the Ironhide. I have the Ratchet. So I mean, I like how they look in robot mode. I ain't fucking with that transform. I tried it with Sideswipe. I was like, nah, we're gonna pass. And then
it was falling apart on you, right?
Yeah, I'm like, no, we're good. He looks badass like this. So I'm just gonna keep him like this.
Well, so if you're getting the Samurai line, you might as well get Grimlock because he's the best.
He is?
Yeah, he really is. And Optimus Primal's good too. He looks dumb as a gorilla, but as a samurai, he looks really cool. But Grimlock is the best, hands down.
I still need to pick up Shattered Glass Snarl to finish off my New Age Shattered Glass Dinobots.
I don't.
You mean no, I don't?
Are you going to get G2 also?
No.
And the clear ones?
No. Just the Shattered Glass.
I have the G2.
Well, that's your problem.
That's all that I got.
Richard, what'd you get this week?
The only thing I got was the Dr. Wu Noise and Graphy, I think are their names. They're two of the Autobot cassettes that combine the Japanese cassettes that Dr. Wu did for the Siege size.
Why did I think you meant you? I could have sworn you were saying that you got Doctor Who collectibles.
Yeah, Doctor Who collectibles. I got a giant scarf. It's like 7 foot long. Got a little miniature TARDIS.
Giant screwdriver. So you can go back in time and be like, I'll fix that.
But I got it from Temu, so it's a Phillips head sonic screwdriver. It doesn't work at all.
see some girl with a broken down car waiting on like AAA to come over. I'll fix it for you, ma'am. Yeah, give it a try. I don't think so, ma'am. I can't give it a try. Is that a stun gun? Yeah, no, timey-wimey. Timey-wimey.
But that's all I got.
All right.
That's it.
So my Chosen Prime stash shipped last time. I talked a little bit about I got Turbo Punk, except his left leg won't go out, so I have to wait for a replacement part on that. I did get the Iron Factory Prowl on that mess also. I also did receive oh my god, what else? I got those. I don't know if you remember, there was a third-party company that was doing their take on Prowl and Smokescreen, but they were like, their design were completely radicalized, like kind of like anime-ish, very Gundam-ish. I picked them up, and those are the biggest pieces. They're Chug. And they're absolute garbage. Their vehicle modes are tight. Robot modes, they're okay. It's like the head, like, it does that stupid thing like the Hasbro skids where the head comes up, and instead of like the hood of the vehicle being part of the head, it's like there enough where it inhibits turning the head a little bit. So not a fan. I want to say they're IDW inspired, but they're not, because like the doors don't attach to the back. They're attached to the fenders of the cars that also become the shoulders. And it looks really fucking awful. I do not. I got them on sale at the Chosen Prime for like $20 dude. So I'm not complaining. So they're worth $20. They weren't worth the fucking $70 price tag they had before, I think it was. And I also got. I was fiddling with them earlier this morning before I went to work. Was MMC Helion Cliff Jumper. So I don't own Parkour. We all know Takara is not going to release their Cliff Jumper because, you know.
Fans Toys is the best.
I'm told. But the MMC to me is fun. You know,
It is good. It's just his bot mode proportions are a little weird, but I never gave a shit.
That fucking waste. Good. I mean, it's miles better than fucking Toro, whatever the fuck X-Transbot did, with that fucking hump on his back. That was the entire vehicle mode.
Everybody was loving it, gushing on that figure.
Oh yeah, they're re-releasing different variants too. You could get a glyph, and I'm just over here like on eBay looking at. Oh wow, they made a blue Helion, and then there's the black one for only $80. Oh my gosh, like, you know, like holy shit, man.
So I heard a thing about the Takara one, the MP Cliff Jumper. There's a rumor supposedly they had a factory. And they switched factories, and when they switched factories, a bunch of the tooling got lost, or quote unquote lost, just disappeared. Supposedly, exactly. Supposedly, the MP Cliff Jumper, either all or most of that entire mold, the tooling was in that. Now, that said, I will say something interesting I noticed. I got the Missing Link Bumblebee and Cliff Jumper, right? I got that last time. I noticed when I was looking at the boxes that on the back of the Missing Link Bumblebee, there's like a hologram sticker that says officially licensed Volkswagen product, you know, or whatever. That's not on the Cliff Jumper. There's nothing mentioning Porsche on the Cliff Jumper at all, which is interesting to me. So I don't know if it's a combination of they aren't in good with Porsche anymore, or the story about the missing tooling is legit or what. But
I mean, it was a CAD render. Wouldn't it be easy just to whip it up and then process a new like master mold? I don't know.
Well, I mean, they actually had prototypes of the Cliff Jumper, so they had all the way through tooling, and they no doubt still have the CAD files, but how much money did they spend on tooling, and is it worth it to redo all that?
Yeah. It's probably why they're selling MPs at what they are now.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys, we can do this write-in for $179. Shut your trap. You're going to charge everyone $250 for that fucking thing because Oko over here fucked up and left the fucking files behind. I'm sorry. You know, the SD card disappeared. I don't know what to do.
That's what happened. All the CAD renders are on that same SD card that Justin had, so they can't redo Cliff Jumper.
The damn American guy lost his SD card. Our fucking files were in there. Yeah, so it's a light news day, everybody. So we're going to be answering some listener questions today, as well as going over some news. So let's go ahead and get started with the news for third party. We have new images of MMC Stormbringer Megatron, or as I call him, Bendytron. He is going to look great next to your Optus Pex. Was that his name?
Something like that.
Bendytron.
Optus Pexus?
Optus Pexus.
Every
time I hear that, I think of Brooklyn Nine-Nine with Terry Crews, and he makes his pecs bounce for everybody. Terry loves yogurt.
Picture 14 gives me very much a Thunder Tank vibe.
I can see
I
that.
like it.
I do too.
Yeah, that's a nice tank.
What's up with his backside, though, man? Woo!
What's up with that cake?
Donut day.
He is bigger than his Tyrantron. Holy crap. This is a whole head bigger.
Big back Megatron.
I like it.
Which one is the one on the right on the last picture? Picture 18?
What is that? Their Tyrantron?
Okay. I don't know if I'm familiar with that one.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a great figure.
It's their IDW Megatron.
Okay.
They released that. They re-released it with like where they sell just the body, so you can make the minor Megatron and then do the IDW Megatron separate. And yeah, that was like, I got him when he first came out. Then I sold him, and then Robert sent me his, which I still have. He's fucking beautiful. But yeah, this looks fucking beast.
That looks really nice.
It's gonna look great with that Optimus Prime they made.
Yep.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Isn't there a picture of the two of them here? Because I know I saw that on Facebook.
It's like the second to last picture.
Yeah, there they are. Yeah, he's fucking huge compared to Optimus Prime.
Looks great next to him.
I hope we don't have to fight. Yeah, me either. You're like, tiny and irrelevant.
I like the
like
black
a
helmet.
YouTuber by the name of Oscar and J-Boy.
Yeah, I like that black helmet option.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's very like homage to the Budiansky run on the comics.
Yeah, this is a Budiansky, all right.
You got that cake. All right, well, I lost my vape stick for tonight. This is going to be a long podcast.
Is it there
It's
with
next
my
to the
SD card?
SD. All right.
But yeah, I think I'm in on that. Up next is the Doctor Who 2007 movie Frenzy Renders.
Doctor Who?
Doctor Who, not Doctor Who. So I'm going to say this, like, is this for his mini line or is this like going to be for his chug?
I'm guessing it's for his sort of movie chug, because he did that. Didn't they do a wheelie also?
I think so, yeah. That was years ago, though.
A really long time ago.
A really long time. I think they did a scout.
Sassy. Where's that from? That's right, SNL. Yeah, I mean, if he could pull off and transform into a fucking radio. Oh my god, like, I know he just dropped at a few stores was the Doctor Who, like, mini Metroplex.
Yeah, I saw that.
That looks really nice.
Does look cool. Do you notice that transforms into a cube also? I guess the Triptychon does too.
Really?
I wonder if they're in cahoots with the 5-2 Toys supposed KO company.
That'd be fucking cool.
Let me see if I can find
I don't
this.
know.
End of the day, I don't know. This looks interesting, but like I don't have any interest in the character. So.
Yeah, we're about to blow through this fucking news real fast. So up next is the Flames Toys Rodimus in-hand images. This looks fucking tight.
People are shitting on the all mode. I don't hate it.
No, it looks the part.
It looks fucking good. It looks
exactly
amazing.
like it should look.
But holy
Is
crap!
it supposed to be that gappy though? That's the only question.
Yeah, with the front windshield.
I think
Right.
so.
Yeah, that does look like a bit uncomfortable.
I wish the windshield covered the entire silver part, I feel like. But I don't know what he's supposed to look like, so maybe that's proper.
See if I can find.
I'm
a
getting
picture.
this.
He is sold out pretty much everywhere. So if you didn't get a pre-order in,
Where do you get the pre-order in?
he's been up for pre-order for months.
Oh well, I'm not getting it.
I mean,
It
maybe he's
turns
still
out-
in stock somewhere.
And it
tried
turns
getting
out
at the
Robert
Chosen.
ordered 3.
I tried getting him at the Chosen Prime, but then I backed out because I was just like, man, that's like a lot of money for. And then like we kept seeing like how big he was gonna be.
Not
and I'm
even
like,
Show Z.
Let's look.
But yeah, that alt mode is fucking beast. Yeah, the canopy does look a little far.
Mhm.
I like the alt mode.
Yeah, I
It's
think
very
it looks
IDW-esque. Oh my god, that's what he looks like underneath. Holy crap, that's not a lot of effort. Holy crap, what are you paying for this? For the metallic paint?
Probably. Yeah, Shozy still has him up for pre-order.
Oh, I'll get him on Show.
I just sent a link.
Thank you. So
Well,
you're just going with the U.S. retailers. Have you tried Temu?
Yeah, they're.
I also sent a picture of that the Doctor Who Metroplex in cube mode. I guess Triptychon does it too.
Yeah, what is up with that shit?
I don't know. I just noticed it with Metroplex the other day. I was like looking at the pics. I'm like, this looks pretty cool. Wait, what? Why is it a cube?
Wait, what are these side by sides?
That's the other Flames toys. That's their non-transforming figure.
So the one on the left is the one on the left the Flames toys? It's very difficult to tell, which is impressive.
They're both Flames toys. That's the thing.
I'm confused. Well, no. Well, here's the question, though. I mean, do we know whether Flame Toys actually built the transforming figure, or did they just participate and give the designs of their bot to whoever is actually making it?
I think they gave the designs, man.
No, look at the box. This is Flames Toys. This was the big news that Hasbro is finally letting go of that transforming element.
Where's the box? Hold on.
Yeah, but look at the picture there, Robert, on the link in a Google Doc that shows him underneath the what he looks like underneath.
Wow. Transformers. Oh wait, Rodimus Prime. No, but that's Kuda Katakuri. Okay, then you have Adam's Machina, Karatomi. What does it say over? Can I zoom in? I can't read. It says something with Flame Toys.
See, the Takara Tomy logo's on there.
It does say collaboration with. It does. Does that say collaboration with Flame Toys? I don't know what that says. It's blurry. This doesn't. This might be T-Spark. Look, T-Spark. I mean, who's the company that's actually making the figure?
I'm pretty sure it's Flames Toys. This was what the big news
stamp
was.
on it. I just don't.
But why would they? I mean, at the point of
because they make terrible. Like the stuff they've done, like the combining stuff, is bad.
That's why the Predaking looks like shit. That Adamas T-Spark Predaking is also them.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Did we see a box on that?
So for reference,
no, but that's the second
word
Adamas
is Greek for indestructible or invincible.
Wait, where did we get indication that the Predaking is Flame Toys?
I'd have to go back and look at the original news thing for it, but it's all part of the same line.
No, we're just I thought at first I was like, Flame Toys is doing this thing, and then I said, wait a minute, it looks like they're using the Flame Toys design for it because look, the Predaking Flame Toys never did a Predaking, and those little bots, they don't look like a Flame Toys product. The individual modes, that doesn't look like something Flame Toys would do. I don't know. I just think we as collectors assumed it was all Flame Toys, and this could just be Flame Toys' stamp on the box because it's a Flame Toys design. Doesn't mean they're the ones making it.
Full price unknown for now. Not eligible for double deposit discount. I didn't know that was a thing.
Interesting though.
Oh, I also got Studio Series Galvatron from Ryan as a gift, and he needs the upgrade kit desperately.
What do you mean? Okay, you want to look at the bottom of the car? Hold on.
That seems kind of lazy.
What are you gonna? I mean, I'm not one to care so much as long as it's not sticking out. I have the biggest problem when it's a jet. And you can just see the bot folded up underneath it because you typically look under them, But cars,
jets fly.
Yeah, like the cars, they're on they're on wheels and they're on your desk or wherever. You don't see the bottoms. But I think what I really don't like is those hands, though. I mean, I guess they're hidden.
It seems like, especially when it comes to Hot Rod, a lot of the times with him. It's the issue is the hands because of the pipes. They always seem like they're fucking exposed at one point or another. Like, what was it? The worst indication of Rodimus Prime was that evolution from Power of the Primes. Like, where his legs transformed into the shoulders, and you could still see, like, the thighs and shit. It just looked awful. But, for its price, from what I see in American retailers, I expected a little more thoroughness in the engineering, because fucking MMC's cleaned up a lot nicer underneath.
Hey, this transformation is going to be a nightmare.
This transformation is going to break because I'm seeing a lot of clear plastic.
I think this will be a simple transformation.
Yeah,
It doesn't look complicated. No, it doesn't look complicated, but I think it's gonna still be a nightmare. Like, I don't think it's gonna fit in. Like, it's not gonna. Like MMC is a great. Except, you know what? I would say up until that fucking hotspot, I would say most MMC products, the transformations are intuitive and enjoyable. I'm still wrestling with the hotspot, trying to get him properly into fire truck mode. I wouldn't look at the instructions, and I don't want to see a video. I'm like challenging myself. That thing's a nightmare. I even cut my finger on it. Like, that is the worst transformation I've ever had with an MMC product. This just seems like it should be simple, just like that hotspot. It should be simple. But I mean, I think on this thing, getting everything to line up. Some transformations is just like you move this and boom. Oh, look at that. It clips in. That goes there. Look at this thing. I know it's how it's supposed to look, but because of that, it's so. It's not just straight lines. It's like, whenever you've got like limbs coming out at an angle, you're gonna have problems. Look at those. Break sideways and fold up and fold down.
I'm curious as to how this poses, because their model kit, as fun as he is, still have its limitations, especially in the shoulders. So like they're doing this, they have this like, whoa, what is up with his like? Okay, no, that's the. So the Kurikatakuri, that has like, you could change his shoulders.
Yeah, he has like armored mode. Yeah, he's got Rodimus Prime and Hot Rod mode.
Is it
like you can
swap out pieces or?
Yeah. Well, these figures come with layers of accessories. You can really do what you want. Like even the Starscream is a ton of it. You can go like whatever Armada, whatever that was. I don't even know what it was. So Cybertron, I don't know. Like you can really swap out pieces. So like the Hot Rod can be more like Rodimus, where he's got like chonks.
Chonk.
Like different. He's like chonky.
Chonk.
This is the Hot Rod stuff on him. He looks pretty different with the Rodimus stuff.
I'll have to say, Oscar, I do wonder about how posable and stuff it is too, because absolutely none of the pictures show him doing anything more than standing there.
Yep. I mean, they have that one in the back of the box where he's like on his knee with a buzzsaw hand. That's on picture 15, and it's like, I'm sorry, I don't think. I mean, you're getting Flame Toys design, but you're not gonna fucking get like 3-0 posability.
Yeah.
Oh, if you look at the back of the box. Oh wait, does he? Now I'm so confused. The back. Okay, so the back of the box, it shows on the left the Kurikatakuri, right?
Yeah.
And you can see the Rodimus stuff in the middle there.
Yeah.
And then there he's doing like the weakest Iron Man pose, where he can't really touch the floor.
Where he doesn't want to fall. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, can someone help me pick this up?
I just worked out legs last night. They're fucking burning. Oh.
I wonder if he's got a waist swivel. I wonder. Who knows? Who knows?
Looks like he kind of does have a waist swivel. If you look at the back of the box of the Adamus, like that really bad Iron Man pose with the buzzsaw holding him up. He is a bit turned, yeah.
Is that? I mean, if his hips and knees had more range than that, then they did a really bad job with their photos.
Honestly, I don't even know if he did the Iron Man pose as much as they posed him like standing up in an Iron Man pose and then angled the box.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand the maybe the hips only get you 90, but the knees not getting 90 would be a shock.
I'm gonna go and say this now. I expect to get a lot of, not a lot of, but on a scale of 1 to 100%, you're gonna hear 60% complaints compared to 40% praising on this. It's like when you buy a new body style for a popular car. You're going to have the bugs, and I think that's where you're going to get is with this figure. And I think for its price, I think in the States it's over $200, and I think it's vastly overpriced. I don't care what they did to it. It looks great, yeah. But I mean, I would have to feel him on hand to see if he was actually worth that fucking sticker price.
Oscar does love feeling men on hand.
Especially hot rods.
He really likes the hot rods.
Especially the gingers. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. Like, it's a gamble that they're doing this. And I think that the price tag's outrageous. And I hate to just keep going back to it because it's like you're not appealing to, I mean, you are appealing to the collector audience. That's a fucking gimme. But it's like at the same time, it's like, hey, remember that awesome Flamestore's Kuri Katakuri kit? Well, here he is again, but you can change him into a car. Like, what are the tolerances going to be like? What are their, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a hell of a fucking gamble, man.
Does he come with a fishing rod? That fishing rod I see.
The Kuri Katakuri, yeah.
Okay. That's the other one. Oh, okay.
That's what I don't like is why are you showing? It's like, don't sell us on the Kuri Katakuri one. Stop showing us all that stuff. It's like if he was doing the same poses as it on the back of the box, okay, right. But he's not.
Yeah.
And then I run into the issue that, like, with the two of them, I can't tell when you put them next to each other which one is which, honestly.
But that's good though, because
it's good for them, yeah.
It's good for your shelf. Based on these photos, he must lack in articulation. Well, he must. Otherwise, whoever took the photo should be fired.
I know one is bigger than the other. That part I know, but I don't know if I buy it. Am I getting the left one or am I getting the right one in picture 17?
You'll be getting the right one.
The right one.
Smaller one, yeah.
The one with the collar behind his head is the transforming one. And he has the movable hands. Like the Kuri Katakuri one, they got the closed fist hands on. He's got a ton of hands. But that one, they just open and close, you know?
Yeah.
You see the pin joints. But look how accurate it is. It's pretty good.
Yeah. It is. Like I said, it looks fantastic, but I think it's a bit of a gamble, and that those that have that disposable income, nail it and give us your honest thoughts. And it can't just be, well, this is just garbage. No, like, tell us why you think it's just fucking garbage. Like, Jesus. Because the Kuri Katakuri looks fucking amazing.
It does.
Yeah.
It really does. And so does the Adamus, but at the same time, like I said, it's the first one off the line. What's going to be wrong with it? How many, pegs are going to break on those thighs?
Is the Predaking on pre-order yet?
No, I don't think so.
Thanks, Rich. I got this one pre-ordered now.
You're welcome.
We don't know how much it's going to cost, though.
I mean, Chelsea says over 200.
The States, it's over $200, so it's probably going to be like $170.
Big Bad had him for 200. I think Chosen and Toy Dojo and TF Source were all around 200 also. Shozi, I don't know. It does say over 200. As Justin pointed out.
Yep.
Hey, look at that. I didn't see that. I don't read the fine print, do I?
I'll tell you in a second.
I mean, it wouldn't be surprising. You don't even realize where you ordered your stuff. So
he does not come with a fishing rod. This one comes with 2 guns, the buzzsaw, and some little cover piece. Right at the top of the once you see the top of the listing, you scroll down. It's at the top of the description.
Wait, but this is supposed to come out now.
It is hitting now. People are getting them. Yeah. On the Chosen Prime, he's going for $214.99. Yeah. So how much did the Flame Stores run you, Robert? The Kuri Katakuri.
I don't know.
You're a horrible.
It must have been like 400. They're like 400.
Yeah, because I remember you paid about that much for the Tarn, and you had the Drift too, right?
Yeah, I got them all. Yeah. I just don't get the repaints, and what I didn't get the stupid Jetwing shit for Prime because I got the Victory Saber stuff, and that's shit. So I'm never gonna get any add-on combining parts again. Because they don't plan ahead for it. They just think about it later and create the stuff to add on. So because of that, the joints in the initial figure never were meant to accommodate all the extra weight they're subsequently laying on the figure.
It's kind of like the Fans Hobby Power Baser had the same problem. They're like, add this thing on. And then they're like, we made Version 2 has better joints, but we're not going to send them any replacement joints to the version 1 people. Nope.
So, I warned people about that Prime. I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't get the Jetwing stuff, whatever you call it. And people did. And I got messages like, you were right. Look. And the thing's like leaning back like fucking Michael Jackson, bending backwards like he's doing yoga, just falling over. So the photos on Shozi are actually kind of funny for this figure because it has his pauldrons like going over his head, like he's afraid of getting rain on him. Very weird. So, but there's more photos there to show his articulation. I still don't see the knee going past 90 in any of these photos.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
Actually, one of them has a knee going at 90. So it looks like that's where it's limited. It stops at 90. There's one photo, and he's got a waist articulation to some extent. Looks like, you get 45 degrees at least. I can't see why it doesn't swing all the way around. And the arms do come out at least 90 degrees. And he's got ankle tilts. I mean, it might all be there. I don't know why you'd want his pauldrons covering his head like he doesn't want to get suntanned. But that's how they posed them.
So the original Flames
and
toys?
that's where on the Show Z store?
Yeah, in the Show Z photos.
That link I sent in the chat.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at it now. I'm trying to see which photo that is.
It's like he's got his arms up.
But he doesn't. They're down.
Yeah, it's like his shoulders are articulated such that his pauldrons like. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, on Show Z, the full price is going to be more than $200, Robert.
Man, I'm like the last to pre-order this. I'm getting mine in like June.
You get it at the Chosen Prime. It's coming in.
Sold out.
Oh, is it really? No.
That's what you said. You said it was sold out everywhere.
No, it says pre-order now, arriving soon.
What a piece of shit.
Hold on, I'll send you a link. God damn it.
Too late. I already ordered one. I'm not getting two.
Just cancel it.
Chosen Prime has been stock or in pre-order stock. Wow.
Yeah.
So that original Flames Toys Rodimus, it looks like on Big Bad and Chosen Prime, he was $460. Is that right?
I got mine. I go through D4 Toys. That's their website. That's like their store. So you'll get them a little cheaper, and you'll get them first. I don't even don't go to D4 Toys in the first place. I'm glad they don't, because this shit would sell out too fast. They don't even show them there anymore. But I think they have a. What's that? What is this? Optimus Prime Jet Power. Get the fuck out of here. They don't even show everything on D4 Toys anymore. Which is funny. I can't wait for that Ultra Magnus to come out. Ooh. It's coming out in July.
It does look beastie, man. I hope you got room for it.
I don't.
You could always kick one of your kids out. There you go. You're covered.
The Chosen Prime's gone?
So who has the questions pulled up?
I got them pulled up.
Oh, well, we are prepared. Yeah, I was going to say that sarcastically. All right. Go ahead and ask the first
I do question.
One.
If we answer our oldest question.
Yeah, oldest first.
All right.
Yeah. Mention the month it was sent to us in year. I have to say that now.
In November 24th, 2022.
Oh my God.
Rich.
What? We've answered
Rich
No!
writes,
22.
No.
Hello, AHUcast.
Oh, boy.
22.
Rich, this is from
We've
you.
answered questions
This is from you.
since then.
We covered everything I sent in.
Did we?
Yeah.
Then who didn't delete this off the thing?
I've
But
never logged in.
yeah, that's the oldest email we have here is from Rich. June 25th, 2024. Joe S writes.
All right, Joe.
All right. Hey, Harold. I was listening to the podcast for your last May show, which
Oh my God.
2023. Okay. Yeah. We're timely. Well, he wrote this in June 2024. So last May, like 2023, 2024, I don't know, whatever. Last May show and had some thoughts about the topics. Rich asked about what the listeners thought about the new Springer coming out with minor retools and increase in price. I'm on board with you all. I'm tired of Hasbro doing multiple versions of the same thing with minor tweaks and changes or just adding accessories to justify the increased cost. Side note, I saw that the deluxe Prowl that was part of a 2-pack is getting a reissue release, something like that. So expect the price to go up. I get that Hasbro wants to increase profits and that by doing these simple things, they can. Just like with the recent Autobot 5-pack that consisted of Hound, Wheeljack, Jazz, Sunstreaker, and Trailbreaker. The only one most people wanted from that 5-pack was Hound, but the people that bought the other 4 figures previously now have to pay more for the figure they got. I get the other 4 had minor changes done. Most notably was the change from clear translucent plastic to solid painted plastic. They also did the same thing with previous Cup and Cliff Jumper, where they had clear plastic issues for sales first, and then later came back with the painted version that better resembles the Toon aesthetic. In short, I'm done upgrading unless it's a significant improvement on the current figure. Don't get me wrong, overall, I'm very happy with the line since the War, Siege, Earthrise. We've got some good figures. I'm just tired of paying more or essentially repurchasing slightly better figures. You also talked about Beast Wars and Beast Machines and how they weren't out in all markets when they were released. I was one of those markets. Beast Wars aired late, and the second season was airing the same time as the first season of Beast Machines. You all said that there really wasn't much linking them together other than the same characters and voice actors. When I was that age, mid to late teens, I thought Beast Machines was ripping off Beast Wars. My little brother, who was a tween, thought the same thing. It was real weird. Either way, still looking forward to listening and the new podcast, which is old now. Joe S. P.S. Tell Oscar when he gets back that the rash cleared up and he shouldn't have anything to worry about. There was no
he's
question.
The best roommate you could ever have. As like, I recovered from a hardcore night of drinking at TFCon Orlando, and he just was like, "Hey, man," I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "How you feeling?" I'm like, "I feel like shit." He's like, "Yeah, hey, just to let you know, you grind your teeth really hard while you sleep." I'm like, "You don't know what you're talking about." A few months later, I'm like chipping teeth in my fucking. Oh my god, it was horrible. But yeah. I agree. The studio series has gotten a little out of control with their. We're gonna make it look like the cartoon aesthetic. The whole Springer Studio series doesn't really come with anything new besides his hands open and close, a different paint job, and then accessories. He has a fucking, I think it looks like Mjolnir. He has the missile he loads when he's like, "I got better things to do tonight than die," right? Because that fucking line hasn't been done to death besides one shall stand, one shall fall. Friggin', like, yeah, it was a waste. It's still up for sale everywhere. I'm waiting for it to hit fucking, like, deal price on Amazon before I pick that up, because I have the Wreck and Rule Springer was nice because it's a throwback to the G1 toy color scheme, and the Siege was nice. I like that. I'm surprised they never made a Shattered Glass version of them.
Oh God, you with the Shattered Glass.
They're tight. I love the color schemes, man.
Don't
yell
like
at me.
G2 though, right?
Huh?
You don't like G2 though.
I don't care for G2. It's whatever. Like, it's fine.
Racist against G2, Rich.
Yeah, he is.
Believe me, I am not racist for G2. Robert, shut up. Fucking jerk. Yeah, I agree. Like, I'm tired of the repaints. There was that 5-pack that came out. Then there was like the the 2-pack of Brawn and was it Brawn and fucking Prowl? No, it was Ratchet and Prowl, right? Where like they have the wounds they get in the movie.
So, yeah, Ratchet and Prowl, I think.
Yeah,
I
you
think
should
that's
like
right.
give that to a kid. Like, here you go, death.
You're gonna die.
At least they're retools, though, you know?
Yeah.
They put some effort into it. Unlike stuff like Galvatron. They did Siege Galvatron. Then they repainted it as whatever, Earthspark, or not Earthspark, Earthrise. And then they repainted it again, slightly. And now it's Studio Series Galvatron.
No, they did Kingdom first.
Yeah, whichever one. I said Siege, but you're right. Yeah, it was Kingdom.
Yeah. Kingdom, and then they repainted him for Legacy, and now we have Studio Series, which I have. It's a Studio Series, which is just it's not that purple. It's like a bluish purple hue to him, but it's cleaned up because I have the Kingdom, where it has all the fucking battle damage, right? And the Studio Series doesn't have all that. It's the same exact fucking figure. It's just a clean paint job.
I wish they would have, I don't know, taken away those two stupid ship guns and
that
done
made no
something
sense.
else.
That made no fucking sense. Like, why not do a replica of his G1 gun like all the upgrade kits fucking issue?
Who knows? Oh, that's another thing. They did a G1 toy version too for Generation Selects.
That's right. I have that also.
I forgot about that.
Jesus Christ,
That's the new thing with Hasbro. They're just
Every
like,
repaint.
yeah, it used to be, oh, we'll make a new character.
You forgot the reformatted version of Galvatron.
Oh my God, that's right.
With the fucking white line, with the white fucking panel lining around him everywhere. And that supposedly is going for a little bit now on eBay for like $80-$90. Like, people are paying for that much for it. That's what he sold for.
God.
Well,
Like,
it does seem like everything Hasbro releases now is either a repaint or just a retool of an existing mold. Like, they'll just find ways to shoehorn like everything into something they've already done because it minimizes the cost.
Yeah.
Like that Siege sideswipe mold that they've redone like 14 times.
They got their
literally.
fucking money out of that shit.
Oh yeah.
That same thing with the Seekers too, man. Like, it just got stupid after a while. It really did. Like, you had the three. They're reissuing Skywarp for those that missed out on Siege Skywarp, because he was being scalped for like fucking $200 mint in box. You know, when he was like $50 originally. Like, they did Starscreams. They did the big three. Then they did the Rainmaker set. Then they did the Seal. They did Red Wing. Who else did they do in that mold? The Sparkless Seeker from Netflix. Then you had Hot Link they did from Netflix that people were using as a stand-in for Skywarp, you know. Yeah, man, like, people were just going fucking batshit with that fucking Seeker mold. And then they did the Earthrise set. You had your Starscreams everywhere that were fucking shelf warming after the first month of his release. Then you had the infamous, you know, hurry, get the Target, get the 2-pack. You got the 2-pack, and then you had the Amazon 2-pack exclusive, which fucking, if you didn't pick it up at release, you're fucking paying over $100 for a fucking $60 set. And then you had Dirge that came out as a fucking Target exclusive. Like, they fucked up big time with the Seekers, you know.
Didn't Dirge get a reissue too? Or was that Thrust?
Dirge recently got a reissue, so did Ramjet. And now, like, the whole thing is people are asking, when is Thrust getting a reissue?
Okay, so it was Dirge and Ramjet.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know if Thrust will get a reissue in what's the new line called? Age of the Primes, which is, Jesus Christ, not fucking helping, but yeah, it's the direction they're going with some of these molds, and they're reusing the shit out of them. Like the Bumblebee Cliffjumper mold got reused a bunch of fucking times. You got your Bug Bites, your hubcaps. I don't know if they made a glyph.
I don't think so.
Either one of them, but I know you had your Cliffjumper, your original Bumblebee. Then you had the Volkswagen Bumblebee Netflix, which they're gonna reissue that now because that was going for a little bit. I mean, I guess it's kind of nice because they're redoing it, but I look at them as, like, you know, refresher packs. Like, you know, I learned that term from Richard on the last show. You know, like, I don't know where you see Skyquake Legacy Leader class figures being packed in with fucking, I don't know, insert other Legacy Leader class figures. Yeah, so it's weird what's going on now with what they're doing with certain characters, and it's just upsetting me a bit because they're stuck on that G1 kick. They're not venturing into the other series that they have at their disposal. You know, like, we just got a taste of animated with Bumblebee, Prowl, Optimus Prime, and Motormaster, and that's it, right? We haven't had any more animated figures debut.
No.
We have Wasp.
Oh yeah.
Wasp.
I forgot.
Wasp is coming out. Age of the Primes. Yeah, so that makes 5.
Yeah.
But we don't see a Starscream. We don't see the Megatron. I'd love to have the Megatron that transforms into the helicopter. On a modern take of it.
Cool figure.
We won't get it, but maybe they will. Maybe they I don't fucking know, man. Like way they like the bullshit.
But to your point, that Wasp is just a retool of
Bumblebee.
the animated Bumblebee they already did. Yeah, so.
And they could retool that into a cliff jumper for all they fucking care.
Yep.
And you have that other option also, but they're not going to do it all. Like, I'm just saying, like, the Energon Hotshot I picked up a few weeks ago, that's not really that fucking bad. It's a fun addition to the Legacy line.
I'm a little surprised they don't kind of round robin this stuff. Like, G1 is always going to kind of be the anchor point, but why not say, like, every wave we're going to throw in something from the past that's not G1. Like, here's an animated, and here's an Energon, here's a Cybertron, Armada.
Yeah, they're fucking up because they're forgetting that their newer fans that have disposable income didn't fucking grow up on that fucking shit from the 80s. I say shit because, let's face facts here, people. Like, the writing on the G1 episodes was far from Shakespearean. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me. So to sit there and then, like, just constantly cater to the G1 fans, like, yeah, dude, I get it. Like, but some of us have families and their kids are teenagers now, and what are they going to fucking explore? Something from 1984? Like, I get it, that's cool, but let them see the other shit. Let them make the decision for themselves. We've gotten, like, even on the early ages of Siege, right? We had
a good point, actually.
Like, the early days of Siege, we had that Galaxy Optimus Prime. Was it good? Absolutely not. But it was still like, hey, here's a nudge to Cybertron Optimus Prime. Yeah, let's get a Cybertron Megatron. Let's get, fuck, man. Like, the Armada Megatron was probably the best non-G1 Megatron I've got to mess with in the longest time.
Well, like, the other thing to me is, like, we just keep getting G1, and it's like, okay, you got Optimus Prime and, like, Studio Series 86 Prime. I don't want to take anything away from Great Toy, right? But, like, we just had the Earthrise or whatever Prime, which is a really competent toy. And before that, we had the War for Cybertron one, where it's, like, pretty much the same thing, except that he's, like, a Cybertronian truck that for some reason is a flat-nosed truck, whatever. Look the other way. And it's like we just keep redoing that. Like, there's no chance to, like, I guess, like, miss G1 to an extent. Like, you really should go on to some of your other things or try something new, or start making figures from different lines or something like that, like modern takes on them, to keep those parts of the IP alive, I should say, and then come back to G1 Prime. But it's like, literally, War for Cybertron, Earthrise, and Studio Series 86 are like 3 primes in like 5 years or something like that. The 3 G1 primes in 5 years. Like, give some time to distance, and then you can come back again with a new G1 prime. But, like, it just feels like, why should I get Studio Series 86? Like, what happens when they make whatever the next thing they try to do is? Like, it's going to come out with that.
Don't forget Devastation Prime. He's G1 also.
Right. Okay. Yeah. You got Devastation Prime too.
Yeah, and that's like a really inferior design of Optimus. It really makes me want to look up that fucking 2-pack that came with the Tank Megatron, where, like, his upper body spins around, because that's infinitely better. And that was a piece of shit Optimus Prime. That was like the first custom I ever fucking dabbled in. But yeah, we're not doing. We have a Lio Prime, was a little homage to Beast Wars Neo. We had Optimus Primal to Beast Wars, and then they stopped and they fucking went ham again with the G1 shit. Like, I get it, dude. Like, it's there, cool, you're doing it, awesome. But let's fuck around with. Let's see an Energon Optimus Prime, an Energon Megatron. No, we get an Energon Megatron as a fucking core class figure.
Yeah, like, and I get that you may not want to make another, like, leader Megatron or something like that, but, like, then make a Voyager figure. Like, just something. I
make it deluxe and call it a Voyager.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't mind seeing more of these other parts of the IP get some attention. Not at all.
Yeah.
And if you take the fandom out of it for a minute, because the fandom's always going to have their favorites, right? And maybe the Energon, Armada, Cybertron trilogy wasn't as popular in general with sales. But I think you have to kind of look at some of the milestones of Transformers. And 2007 was a milestone. The Bayverse kicked off, and we had a huge resurgence of popularity with Transformers, right? A whole new fandom, basically. And, you know, that's 18 years ago now, right?
Yeah.
Did I do the math right? Yeah, 18. So you got to look at what was the target audience back then? Probably 7-8-year-old through teenager, you know, maybe young adult even. So now where are all those people now? And if they became fans thanks to that first Bayverse movie,
right?
That means they probably followed along with, like, you know, animated and Transformers Prime, maybe Cyberverse and
but you know what the
2015.
answer is to that, Richard? Is, well, we got the studio series of those movies.
Yeah.
But dude, it's not the shit that made them go ahead and go to video stores and buy DVDs of animated Unicron trilogy. Like, you're not you need to cater to those series, man. You're gonna let them fall away. You know what it's like when I sat there and I was showing my nephew like Armada Hot Shot, and he's like, "Who is that?" I'm like, "Well, it's Hot Shot, but he was called Hot Rod also." He's like, "Well, that's not like the Red Court." No, he's not. He's from a different cartoon. Well, why has he got the same name? I was like, that's a copyright thing, but that's not important. But it's like, you know, it's like, look, these have other shows. Like Starscream is a red jet, and he turns out to be a good guy at the end. You know, and my nephew was like, oh, like the Thundercracker guy you like. I'm like, yes. Hell, when he dies, he has that color scheme.
Yep. Super Starscream or something. Isn't that what he's supposed to be called?
Yeah, it's like,
but he's really just Thundercracker.
Well, like the show, he's like, yeah. Joe's like, oh, it looked like Thundercracker. Why the fuck would you say that? We never met him. Fucking idiot. But still, it worked, right? I liked it. You know, the red face was a nice touch compared to a plain white or gray face. But it's like we're not giving it a shot because the way they keep cramming G1 down everyone's throats, like, well, G1 always sells more. Have you tried not selling it to see how it goes?
I mean, give people time to just miss it even, you know, like...
Yeah,
you're right. That's a good point, because now it's like, you know, I bought Earthspark, or whatever, Earthrise Prime, rather, because I thought, oh, his trailer's kind of shit, but it's a great Prime figure.
Yeah.
This will probably be like the definitive go-to sort of chug Prime for a while, and then they're like, no, here's Studio Series. Yeah. And then here's this one. Oh, that's another G1 Prime. They did that... Legacy G1 style Prime,
like G1, and that's just a weird release to me too, because it's like right on the coattails of Missing Link. I'm like, it's like the same thing.
It's like Temu wishing Missing Link. Yeah,
it's Temu wishing Missing Link Prime. Like, why did you even waste the time doing that? Like, you know, like
that said, that's a great figure.
It is a good figure.
It fits nothing. Like, it doesn't really fit anywhere.
Yeah,
like it's real small. I don't know. It's a weird figure, but it's very cool.
The appeal of that to the general people that have reviewed it on YouTube, that was one figure I watched a lot of reviews on for some reason. So it's like you could get the G1 reissue Prime, that's 75 smackers, right? Or you could get the Missy Link Optimus Prime. Well, shit, that's over 100, right? But here's this one for $25.
Yeah, but
he's
interesting. He's interesting, but he's definitely inferior to Missing Link. You know?
Oh no, of course. That's not the argument I'm making. What I'm saying is, this is like their alternative route, which is fine.
Yeah.
Because hey, if you picked up an Earthrise Prime, I've seen videos where that trailer hitches fine to them. If you display them like that, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and I think they put a Matrix in them. Did they do that, Richard? Do you have a Matrix in your?
Yeah, Matrix.
Yeah. So
yes.
They did that shit too. Okay, fucking cool. Like, that was a neat little experiment. Like, let's see you guys do that with like some other.
Yeah.
Like, or just say fuck it. Give me a G1 style version of fucking Armada Optimus Prime. How fucking blocky can you make that shit?
Again, I'm surprised they don't go round robin and just, you know, routinely hit all the old series.
Yeah.
They'd have a whole fandom of people who are like, sweet, I'm in for the whole Armada collection or Energon or whatever.
Like, you can't sit there telling me this isn't a dedicated fan base. They cut the production budgets dramatically for the Transformers Prime RID line. I mean, dramatically.
Mm-hmm.
It
Still
showed.
good figures. Though.
And
They were good
motherfuckers
figures.
still bought those figures.
They were
Myself
good
included.
figures.
And that's with budget cuts, Robert. I still have my Knockout. Every version of Knockout that came out, including Beast Hunters. I picked it up because even though he looks nothing like his television counterpart.
They lost me at Beast Hunters.
But like, yeah, fucking alligator teeth. Like, come on. Now, but like seriously, like I have the Dark Energon. I have the Micron Knockout.
Oh,
like,
God.
you know, like I have, because I just love that vehicle mode and I love the different takes on him that they had. Cool.
And the character himself was just cool. Like, they did a good job making an interesting character who didn't exist until that. You know, like...
Plus, his voice was awesome.
Don't scratch the paint.
I always admired your luster. Yeah, but it's like, still, it's the fact that, look, they didn't have a lot of room to play with during the Prime RID line. But what happened? Motherfucker still bought that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But also I think people bought it because the show was good and the toys were still good. They weren't as good as like the first edition Prime figures.
Right.
Oh, of course, yeah. They weren't like the classics that were released at the time, right? So
yeah, or even remember they had that first wave and they were called first edition.
Yep.
They were way better. Yeah,
Mhm.
Bulkhead. They had RC,
Bumblebee, RC,
Optimus, Bumblebee, and the
Viacon.
Viacon.
Yep.
That
Honestly,
Viacon
though,
is great.
But the next release of the Viacons were also really good.
Yeah.
They were, but they were smaller.
Yeah.
The only
It
one I
actually-
think that was
and
worse
then-
off
and
was
then-
RC. She was the only one that I think was just like flat out worse.
She was
The,
way worse. Yeah.
the-
Yeah, it was
second
really
release.
bad with RC, like really fucking awful. But like especially the Viacons for the Prime RID line, those ended up in fucking Save-A-Lots for like fucking $5 a pop.
Oh, those. I used to go hunting for those
Mhm.
because that was when I wanted the troop build, and I was just going to every pharmacy I could find to see if they had one on the shelf. And I'd be like, I don't want a fucking Rumble. God damn it, he's going to the show.
Like, where did those come from? Like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, oh my god! Like, even the Soundwave with his, like, who'd he come with first? Laserbeak, and then the Beast Hunters one had the Ravage that had the design
God,
on it.
that
A
was
lot of
so
people were like,
bad.
yo, that's a dick.
Soundwave.
But-
I liked Soundwave, but the Beast Hunters lost me.
Oh, dude, that bulkhead Beast Hunters scene reviews of that figure, I was like, wow, you took this amazing, super intimidating Voyager class figure and downscaled it to garbage.
That's when I had to assess myself. I remember that was my first self-assessment. I was like, what am I doing? The Beast Hunters.
I stopped after I picked up with the Beast Hunter shit. Like, I only picked up Knockout, I picked up Smokescreen, and I picked up Prowl.
Smokescreen
That was
cool
it.
too, though.
You know, and that was when Smokescreen was like the new Rodimus for that
Right,
series, which I
right,
thought was
right.
cool. And like, you never forget that scene in Prime where like he was telling Wheeljack, "Hey, you know, I can't believe he almost gave me the Matrix of leadership," and Ratchet about had a fucking heart attack. He's like, he almost Ratchet. But you know, it was like little moments like that. But it's like, dude, like, what are we getting now? It's, you know, the new displays. We're getting a new aerial bot set, which I'm really reconsidering because as much as I like my Menasor, I don't want to go. Why am I gonna fucking go through another fucking the same ordeal with the aerial bots?
I think they'll be good. I think you won't be disappointed.
You know where they're gonna get you? They're gonna do Shattered Glass aerial bots.
I bet if they fucking do that, bro, pre-ordered like Giagani style, fucking, I'll have like 6 pre-orders. I don't care. And they'll just sit here, collect dust, and get in the way when I clean the office. And I'll be like, oh, what am I supposed to do? No, nothing. I'm just gonna keep them here.
I hope they do a new Soundwave that's like a hard drive or something, or a cell phone, and like instead of cassettes, he has SD cards, and he gets like 8 of them. And then Justin has 9 SD cards, and he's like, "What the fuck? One of these is the SD card."
Which one's real?
He can never find the cassettes; they just disappear. It's like I just had them all sitting here. All the cassettes, they're gone.
He lost
For those listening, when you hear this, it's Justin looking for his SD card.
Justin had an
I
SD
swear to
card.
God, I have
with
no
the
idea
cure
where
to
this thing's
cancer.
gone.
Yeah, he had the cure to cancer on this SD card. He had 500 Bitcoin
I did.
cold
yeah.
storage on this
It's gone.
SD card.
It's gone. All gone.
Did you
It's gone.
like pick up the SD card, try to insert it, and it popped and it flew away, and you heard it plunk
No,
plunk somewhere?
no. I literally plugged it in, and so
Into your phone?
I plugged it into my
your
computer. No. I
Maybe
plugged
it's still
it
in
my
your computer
so I could transfer some music from from a thumb drive to the SD card, so I could put the SD card in said new car, because I just didn't want to have an adapter because it's all USB-C and thumb drives are, universally not USB-Cs. So I went to put the stuff in the SD card, and I transferred music and put the SD card down somewhere, and I have no clue where somewhere is. It's just gone. So
It was in your car?
no, it's in my house. It's somewhere around this desk somewhere.
Have you looked in the car?
Justin's
I
kid
did not
has
look
it,
in the car
and he
because
puts
it
it
never
under
got
his
as far
bed
to the
next to
car
the other
before I lost
grip.
it. So
Justin's
it's in the
kid took
car.
it. It's under the bed next to the other shotgun grip he has.
yeah,
He'll never find it here. That's what he gets for taking away my weapon of justice.
exactly.
Look in your son's toy chest next to the silencer.
It's probably there. It's probably there.
It's next to the ammo.
Yeah, look
Next
at
to
your
the
son's
shelf.
toy chest next to the silencer and 1-to-1 scale Punisher uniform he wears when you and Adele fall asleep and he hits the streets at night for justice.
Doesn't he have a bucket of just birdshot he likes to play with?
Yes, that was his first toy. So
Bucket of birdshot.
Yeah, right? It's a
My
bucket
first
of
toy.
birdshot. No, you can't play with the shells and the birdshot at the same time. Nice try.
In 20 years, when he's a collector and he has disposable income, he's gonna be like, "Dad, check it out! I got a masterpiece bucket of birdshot. It's third party, but look at this thing." Fans Toys did it.
Dad, I don't know why, but I'm really into
no,
collecting
it wasn't. It
shotgun
wasn't Fans
grips.
Toys. It was what is it like? What Fantastic? I don't know. What's like
Model?
their weird companies they have?
Fantastic model, right?
Yeah, Fantastic Model, and then there was like Robot Paradise and like who knows?
Who did
Fans,
who did
birdshot.
Cesium?
That was
Robot Paradise?
yeah,
No.
I think that was Robot Paradise.
Oh, who did Cesium? Wait a minute.
That was Fans Toys, but they had.
Yeah,
there
what was
something
their...
else. By the way, they just put up pre-orders for that again. They're reissuing. Fans Toys is reissuing Blur, and they're reissuing Cesium. Their second E-Slag. Which I
Like,
never
by
got.
now, some of you fat-fingered people may have broken your Blur.
See, the Slag is good. He's different than their original one, but his wings are loose, which sucks.
Mhm.
When you
Not
look at the
built
two,
as
do you have both of them?
Yeah. I don't have them here with me.
I mean, which do you like better? I never got Cesium. I just have Scoria.
Look,
Scoria.
I like Scoria more. The only problem is the chrome does not age well on Scoria.
I
You
got
know,
rid of
so
my
if you-
Scoria a long time ago for Cesium.
Cesium looks great. I'm just not Mr. Kiki polish, whatever, but those wings just need a little tightening up, and then they're good. Cesium's great.
My problem with Scoria was if I recall correct, it was the jaw of the dinosaur stopped working right for me. And being that the Dinobots are one of the figures that I like to put into Dino mode periodically, and put them on a shelf all in dinosaur mode or robot mode, a dino with a fucked up jaw was just not going to work for me.
Oh, it like flaps down?
Yeah, that's what mine did.
Perfect Fusion. That's what they released him as.
Perfect Fusion, that's right. Which one was Robot Paradise? Was that Soundwave?
That's
Soundwave.
Soundwave.
Okay.
No, Soundwave, yeah.
And then Fantastic Model is Ultra Magnus and Prime.
I think I've come to the conclusion that I'm not gonna get Prime. I don't think I need it. I think I'm good without him.
Not with his ballerina feet like that.
Yeah, like I like the Ultra Magnus. Granted, I have not transformed him to truck mode because I just can't invest that much of a weekend right now. But I like everything else about him. But I'm like I do like my Magic Square Prime. I'm fine with just using Magic Square, and then it makes them even more different, So whatever. Yeah, it's too much to get the Fans
Why do
Toys.
you
It's not a
need how
cheap
many
purchase
G1?
either. So
And I'm sure you have MP10.
yeah, I do.
And do you have MP44, is it?
I do have MP44, but he's the one that I need to get a knockoff MP44 so I can have fun transforming it back and forth. I'm like, no, this thing's too expensive to.
Right. How many
That's
G1 primes do you need? How
Right.
many Masterpiece G1 primes do you fucking
Yeah,
need?
and both honestly, Magic Square is better than MP 10, but not so much that I'm like, yeah, you absolutely need to get rid of MP10, and like
Right.
MP44 hits the cartoon aesthetic, and then like this Fans Toys one is probably going to be good, but it's probably going to be hard as heck to transform, and it's going to give me the same vibes as MP44, which is I can do it, but I don't really want to. And so he'll probably just like at best get displayed and never touched, So
I remember when MP44 came out, I was still in the Cybertron Cafe, and this jack off Otto, I forget his name, was talking about, I always like to decide to judge the intelligence of my friends based on how long it takes them to transform MP34, MP44, and it's like, oh yeah. And they were like, oh, yeah, that's right. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, I could do it in like 10 minutes. I could do it 5 minutes. I'm like, fuck cocksuckers.
Yeah.
And like, man, I was just like, dude, what a bunch of assholes. Like, I never would have thought something like a fucking.
Isn't that moron that put his Devastator in his pool?
Yeah. He's probably some jack off in the Philippines that makes a lot of money because he fucking swindles people. But it's like, he's just sitting there watching him like make these posts and then reading them and then seeing him get all fucking high and mighty because I could transform MP44 in like 15 minutes, less than 10 if I'm really in a hurry. I'm just like, fuck off.
I'm lucky to steal time to sit down and try to transform something.
Samesies, man. That dude ain't got no family, no kids. Ain't got no, damn well ain't got no fucking wife. Fucking cries himself to sleep.
I hate this hot shot. I swear to God. Like, I finally got the legs. I figured out how to make the legs collapse, like, fully. But they not. There's like an 1/8 of an inch gap still. No. No, I got them fully collapsed. But they're like locks for the knees, right? They're the dumbest locks I've ever dealt with. Like, I hate MMC now. And they're like spring clips that come in and out, and they're supposed to fit into holes in the joint. When you have his legs clasped properly, they won't go in all the way, and they need to. You can't get his legs together.
Oh,
I literally threw him across the office onto a shelf yesterday.
Wait, which hot shot is this?
MMC.
Hot spot.
Oh, hot spot.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah. I can't.
I like the MMC one.
That is the not intuitive. Like,
yeah, he definitely has a couple things that are not intuitive compared to the other protective bots that they've released.
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
Combiner,
yeah,
I know to avoid. You can tell. You can usually kind of on a good figure, you can tell what is for combine mode and what is to go from alt mode to bot mode. And I remember when I first tried to transform him, I was like, oh, these are combiner parts. I'm not going to mess with them. And then the second go around, I was like, fuck it. I'm opening everything.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, you got to wriggle, figgle, twiggle with his combiner parts.
Yeah, I honestly think, like, the perfect combiner ruins that figure because he is not the easiest figure to mess with. And had they just gone ahead and actually made this figure... have accessories, a parts forming combiner. Oh my God, crazy. If they did that, I think that it just would have overall been just entirely more successful than it ends up being.
I can't
yeah,
you know what I saw?
MMC really needs to get rid of that gimmick. It doesn't work.
Yeah, and it's not like
they
it
give you
doesn't
an
make
add-on
anything
kit.
better. It does like
No, they give it.
yeah, they're like we were selling the add-on kit for it. Like, why? They just make your fucking figure better. Why do
His
that?
feet look really stupid, so here's an add-on kit for some real feet.
Yeah.
Speaking of the MMC combiners, TFCon LA is coming up, and I think they're going to have the next Ruination figure there. For anybody getting those.
Oh yeah.
The next Bruticus repaint.
Speaking of
Shattered
the
glass.
disappointing disappointing MMC figures, Justin, on the rare downtime I had today at work because it was like super busy, I was just cruising online and I saw a posting on eBay for the MMC Star Convoy.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember both you and I's reaction to that thing when it was released. Like, wow, what a massive fucking disappointment.
Yeah, I have him. He's sitting on a shelf right over here, but he sucks.
Oh my god! Like, I've never pulled an MMC figure out of the box, put it on there, mess with it, and go, "Oof, they made a great mistake."
Yeah. Absolutely. Which is a shame because, like, I thought, given Optus Pexis or whatever the hell his name is, they're like, this is gonna be awesome, and then like it is the most simplistic transformation ever. It looks not good in the vehicle mode. Like, he had such potential to be so good.
Mm-hmm.
Such potential, and they're just like, yeah, well, we're not gonna do that. Sorry. Enjoy your.
We're not gonna bother putting in the effort, so fuck off.
Yeah.
I just found a piece of the. I just found one of the Iron Factory Lio-Kaiser combiners. Okay.
Did you find my SD card?
Oh, what is this? I think I found it. I think I found your SD card.
Oh, he just swallowed it. I heard him. He just swallowed
found
it.
Raul.
You found Raul.
I gotta send that to you, Oscar.
Hey, Trax, man, we need to get together, man. Not now, Raul, you ugly little man. Get inside me.
Raul, jump inside my ass again.
Sit down hard. Oh, harder, you piece of shit. Oh,
jump in my ass and run in place.
Run in place. Now fart. Oh, I feel the vibrations through the seats. Hey, man, I love it. He looks Indian. Wasn't he like Hispanic in the fucking cartoon?
Yeah.
He looks Native American, but he's like, Charlie, what's up, Drax? You look good, bro. You look good enough to eat, Vato. What you doing, fool? I don't know what that means, but I'm turned on right now, Raul. Yeah, I know, fucker. I know.
These Iron Factory figures, Jesus Christ. I don't even like Legends combiners because I like to put my Legends with the big guys. It's so stupid. Why am I buying this?
Because you hate yourself.
You don't want him
This
sending
is
to
the
me. I don't
collecting-
mind having 2 sets of fucking Lio-Kaiser, one of the just the bot modes and then one of them combined.
Dude, that Iron Factory Lio-Kaiser is so good.
It is very fucking
It's
good. That
so
guy
damn
hawk is
good.
fire.
It's one of the best Legends figures I've had in a long time.
Yeah, as a new
Like,
age,
as
as a new age like sycophant that will like praise new age at the end of the day, like this is really good.
It is like, yeah, he's hella parts forming. You know, like it's an exoskeleton you fill in with the pieces, but it's fucking the final product's fucking beautiful.
Yeah. Hey, and like I said, I do not give 2 squirts of crap about parts forming. Like,
Yeah, you said
Jesus
squirts.
Christ.
no, I don't. I think it makes combiners better. They're better figures if you go with
Squirts
parts
of
forming.
crap.
Yeah.
Some people use fucking nail polish.
Yep. Nope.
Someone's been on
Squirts of crap.
Pornhub looking up some weird stuff. Curve.
I wouldn't give him 1 squirt of my crap.
Exactly.
Justin has been waiting 2 weeks since last show. He's like, I gotta work in squirts of crap,
Squirts of crap for
somehow.
Oh my
Yep.
God.
That's how we do it.
Somehow, some way, I'm getting squirts in the show tonight. And Adele high fives him. Nail it, babe. I'll be in the Porsche. She's like, I'll be right there.
There's the title. Squirts of crap.
Crap. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So how's your space farming going, guys?
It's good. It's good. It's a little buggy right now, but it's fine. Whatever.
Context. You need to explain to some people. The ones that are still listening at this point in the
No, we don't.
podcast.
We don't.
Nope.
Nothing to
We got another question?
Oh, come on.
Enough
for this year.
Yeah, let's move forward in time.
Amazing. Eamon writes, "Hey all! Hopefully the full crew is back and Robert was able to escape from prison. This was sent in
Merry
July
Christmas
18th, 2024. 2024. I'm sure you all talked about it, but if not, what are your thoughts on the new Studio Series Prime?" Amazing.
So overall, being surprised by Ryan picking him up for me in Jacksonville and coming down here on a weekend to visit. All in all, a fantastic figure. I wish they would have put this much thought, like this much forethought into the development of a lot of studio figures that they're releasing. He's solid. He's hefty. The transformation is fun. It's not iffy in any way, shape, or form. For a Chug collector, that's your definitive Optimus Prime. If you're trying to recreate the cast from the Skybound comic, that's your Optimus Prime. Fuck, man, like online they now sell kits where you could put Megatron's arm with the fusion cannon on him, and he'll still transform with that arm, I believe. You know, it is the figure of, if he wasn't the figure of 2024, for a lot of people that pick him up this year, that's going to be figure of the year for when it comes to the Hasbro Chug.
I don't know if you got that auto-transforming Optimus Prime from Temu. He has a gun on his arm that stays in all modes.
You'll never lose that SD card. I mean gun.
Nope. Anyway, there's more to the question. We all have spent so much money collecting for this hobby. Will it ever be done for you guys? For me, I go back and forth trying to decide if I actually like collecting these figures or it's just the initial rush from opening something new. Do you all collect multiple versions of each character, or do you stop when the perfect figure in your eyes comes out? I have so many MP Primes, but I'm still... This is so topical to the discussion we had. I have so many MP Primes, but I'm still getting the Fans Toys one. I think it depends on the character.
3 years again.
Thanks again for the pod, Eamon. And yeah, so you kind of heard all of our thoughts on that. And I will say for me, for sure, I found stopping points, and as I've gotten older, I've realized that like I can't just keep buying the same shit again and again and again and again. It's like,
you know why though? Because the key word is you're saying same shit, right?
Yeah.
It's because there's no innovation.
Yeah. I mean there is innovation. You know, like clearly, you know, I know you like the MP Seekers better than the Make Toys ones, right? Or Maki Toys or whatever the hell you want to call them. Like you said, like they're better. Like categorically, they're better. And it's like, but if I don't ever mess with one of them, then I won't know what I'm missing, and I'm happy with my Make Toys ones, right? Like, so they're on my shelf, and I'm never going to go look at the other ones. And yeah, it probably is better, but yeah, I'm going to get that initial rush, and then it's going to get put on a shelf, and I'm probably never going to look at it again.
Now you have two sets of G1 Seekers.
Right.
Which
and
is
like
another
one of them, you know,
problem.
I sold my Meteor EX because I thought he was going to be a little different or something at the time. And so I bought him, and like I left him in his box for what, like 4 years or something like that since he came out. And like I compared him. He was, I think, one of the videos, like one of the later videos I did for my channel. I compared him to the other one in alt mode. I'm like, there's like no difference, like no difference, you know. And so he just sat in a box, and then he got sold, and I took a loss on what I paid for him, you know. But who cares? So I don't want to do that again, like, because I know if I go pick up the Masterpiece Seekers or whatever, then like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to sell mine for anything near what I'm going to pay for it, and it's just a waste of time and money at a certain point when I'm happy with the collection. And it's not a case like Legends where I'm just excited to mess with these toys. Like Legends, you can pick up, you can, you know, transform them back and forth.
You have an MP Seeker in box still, you piece of shit?
Huh? Do I? What?
Hey, don't you have an MP Seeker in box?
No, I don't. I sold them.
Was it the Thundercracker?
Skywarp, I think, was it? I don't remember. No, it was Thundercracker. I don't know.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's gone. Sorry. I think he's gone. I don't know. I got
Oh
double check.
no! You look like a fucking ape when you did that, Oscar. I can tell. Oh no!
Oh no! No, I'm gonna play Russian roulette with my 9mm. Wish me luck.
Yeah, but I mean, it comes down to like if it's not fun to mess with these toys anymore, you know, like why collect them, you know? And,
exactly. Yeah.
For me, like I'm fully on board with the like, yep, Legends only. You know, like I told Rich, like, you know, a bunch of these things coming are cool, but like at this point, I'm just kind of focusing my collection on just Legends because I enjoy being able to take this Warpath here and flip it back and forth in a few minutes.
But they're still intriguing. They're still complicated and interesting.
Exactly. Yeah, but not in a way that it feels like I'm like, oh, I you know, I said it with Ultra Magnus. I got to dedicate an afternoon to transforming this guy into both his modes or any of his modes. It's a
burden.
Yeah.
It's a fucking burden.
And I need to be careful when I do it, and you know, like
you might get stuck like transforming fucking Hot Shot, Spot, Clot, and you just fucking throw it against the fucking wall.
Exactly. Legends is like
there.
a fidget toy for an adult. Masterpiece is beautiful for what it is, but like I'm happy just filling in little holes in my collection that I feel like I need to have, and that's it. Like if someone was like, "We're making
there's one hole you're
MP,
not gonna fill anytime soon.
We're making it's my SD card hole.
Your SD slot.
Yeah. But like if someone was like, "We're making MP Sparkle Bots," I'm like, "Yeah, well, fuck that. I don't need that." Like I have zero need for that.
Someone does though. That's the thing. One person will sit there and fucking champion it.
If you do, more power to you. You do what you want with your collection. Because I certainly am going to do what I want.
Yeah,
with my
but what if New Age did the jump starters?
If New Age does it, I'm in, because New Age, I'm not spending $1 billion, but I'm not gonna like X Transbots. The Omnibots is a great example. I was like, I love these alt modes. I love the cars they have. I like the old Omnibots, but like, I am not willing to buy crappy Omnibots from X Transbots just because I like the alt mode. The
only thing that doesn't sit well with me though with Magic Square and New Age. I mean, on the one hand, they are like everything you're saying. Wonderful fidget toys. You could work and have them around, play with multiple of them, pose them, transform them, and everything. And they're interesting, intriguing, complicated. They're little masterpieces nowadays.
Yeah,
you can even marvel at the paint, articulation, transformation, engineering, materials. But the price is fucking wrong. Like Iron Factory is still in a fair price slot.
Yeah.
But like New Age is now the price.
New Age
like
is definitely getting too expensive. Yeah.
Prowl and stuff.
Are we talking U.S. retail, or are we talking like Show Z?
I mean,
overseas prices are a lot better. The overseas prices are way better.
This is true. This is true, but I'm sure like I really got to get a hold of one of these like guys that, whether it be from the Chosen Prime or BBTS, and see why the radical price difference from ordering from overseas compared to here in the States. Like some people like I understand, like, because I did talk with someone about this at the comic shop a couple of weeks ago. He's like, look, I order my stuff from places like the Chosen Prime because I could sit there and Dinobot will run me a little over $100, but I don't have to pony that all up in one shot. I could just make payments on it over time, and then know that spot is secure for that figure that's mine. Instead of, I can't be bothered, and he admits it's laziness on this part. I can't be bothered to sit there and save $100-something to watch when this, but I'm like, yeah, but Shozy gives you the option to pay that in full also. But if you consider being able to make a $20, $25 payment here and there, I guess that's more convenient and more power to you.
The Dinobots are fucking $75 each on Shozy.
Yeah. Well,
they're not cheap. I'm just saying it's a big difference.
The Dinobots, I felt I was okay with their cost personally, but like where it got me was like Prime, because like I don't feel like Prime was honestly worth his value that they were, or his price tag. I won't even say value because it definitely was not his value, but like they charged way too much for Prime with that like shitty half-ass trailer he had for no particular reason. And he's a great Prime, he's fantastic, but he's way too expensive.
Their gold Omega Supreme, $480.
Yeah, like it's too much. It's too much.
It's just like that's the one thing that bothers me.
Yeah.
Sure, you're spending like, I don't know, you're spending a big markup for a smaller figure.
I'll be real. I never gave Legends a second thought until Robert sent me that Ironhide from New Age.
Yeah.
Which I still have.
And the old one, the original one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the original one.
Yeah, I like the original one better than the new one personally.
And I messed with
him.
a
better van. So.
And I was just like, dude, like this is insane. This little guy, because I was so used to like the Legends class for Hasbro was like 3-4 step changes, right? But they're big blocky obnoxious things. And then here's this fucking New Age one that like took me a good little bit to figure out how to transform. I'm like, this is a lot more fun. And did I bust out tweezers and move certain things? Absolutely, because I'm fucking over 300 pounds. I got sausage fingers. What?
Nothing.
You said my penis. Fuck you. You may hurt my feelings.
You
hurt my
penis
or a
I've only
sausage
got
finger?
one of them.
This is an SD card.
Is it an SD card that dropped because of my massive sausage fingers covered in grease?
Yes.
From eating deep fried ham my wife made for dinner?
Yes.
Fried ham.
I was thinking of something, man.
It's just weird. Like,
No, I agree.
Justin fries up like a whole package of bacon just for the grease, throws all the cooked bacon out, and then deep fries his ham steak.
He is gonna dream about SD cards tonight.
I am.
He's gonna like smile in the mirror.
You know what's gonna happen is I'm gonna fall asleep and like the SD card's just gonna roll out of like it's just gonna appear in my bed. Like I'm gonna roll over and there's gonna be an SD card there.
No, you know what I think is gonna happen? I think you're gonna lay down and go to sleep tonight. You're gonna wake up at like 2 a.m. and be like, "That's where it is." You'll go look and be like, "Oh no, it's not there."
Yes, that is probably a true story.
You are gonna be out with the family, and the kid's gonna want some ice cream, and you're gonna dig in your pocket for a couple bucks, and you're gonna pull out the money that you put on your dresser that you knew for snacks, and then as you're pulling out the crumpled up dollars, you see the SD card come out with some lint and fall. Like
it's gonna fall right in your drink. It's gonna be ruined.
Sewer grate.
You're gonna be like, no.
Or your son's gonna walk into your office and be like, "Dad, I found this," and he hands you your SD card. You'd be like, "Where did you find this?" Be like, "It fell out of my shotgun when I was cleaning it earlier."
Yeah.
There's a neighborhood bully tied up in the backyard. You're gonna be like,
"What if
I'm gonna let this slide, son? Good job."
What if Ryan was like,
this SD card
"You
back
take from me"? What if Ryan is like, "You take from me, I take from you"?
Oh, he'd have
He's got your SD card.
Puts it in his pocket.
He would, for sure. I have already said that I am going to appear on one of those those murder documentaries. It's going to happen.
It'll show a picture of Justin with Ryan. Is like, he was a loving father. Then he invert the colors. Then he wasn't. The death of his child.
Yeah.
Then he murdered all of his podcast mates. Wait, what?
No, it's definitely my kid's going to murder you all. So that's what's going to happen. So just be ready. It's going to happen.
What do you have to say for yourself, young man? He leans forward in the microphone in court. I like turtles. And then leans back.
Yeah.
I like turtles. The judge is going to be like, that was powerful. Oh my God.
It was.
This kid's Super Saiyan 3. All right, let's answer one more question, then we're going to call it a night because I got to get up early.
Ryan says...
Oh, your kid wrote in. Good.
New Brian says, "Hello, Mr. All Hail. It is well documented that Preorder's favorite Transformer is G1 Hound. How about spending a few minutes performing a Hound roast? I'll start us off."
Oh, man.
And this was sent in December 1st, 2024, so it's not that old. When Prime landed at Autobot City during the 86 movie, he was with Hound and said his famous line, "Megatron must be stopped no matter the cost." Then Hound peaced out and was never seen from again.
That's 100% accurate.
Hound's toy arms are so small, his feet are so huge. He's like a reverse Popeye.
Oh my God, damn.
Keep up the good work, everyone. Enjoy the show. New Brian. I mean, I will say that most Hound toys, if done quote-unquote properly, end up looking like the arms are trying to fall off the shoulders. They're usually like halfway down the body.
I always got to give Hound a little bit of credit, but he always does the absolute worst impression of a T-Rex with those little arms.
Yeah.
Look at me, I'm Grimlock, I'm retarded.
All I have to say is he's a child molester.
He is.
Jesus.
Well, that escalated quickly.
He bent. What was that, Spike? Who did he bend over?
Yeah, Spike.
That was Spike.
Yeah, he bent Spike over and gave him the what for.
Was it?
Showed him where the SD
Gave him the
slot.
what for?
He showed him where the SD card goes.
Yes, he did.
He's like,
certainly
like,
did.
Hound, I'm not 18. He's like, I don't care.
This is how we do it on Cybertron, kid.
Don't ask, don't tell.
Make a hologram of a giant to scare everybody away. Once.
That's it.
Didn't he make the hologram? It was him.
He did.
Yeah, it was him.
Right?
The broadside from Temu. Yeah.
He's like, you know what, Mirage? I don't want to step on Mirage's toes. You know, let everybody get killed and shot at. I'm not going to scare.
Leans over, looks at
them.
Mirage. Hey, you little pussy, check this out. This is how it's done.
God forbid, maybe you could use this skill in battle moving forward. You know, confuse the enemy, something. No.
If you're not too
just
busy,
hang out.
looks at him. If you're not
No,
too
when you're
busy
not-
looking like a camo pinky fuck, you traitor.
When you're not raping Spike, just fucking, get your rocks off by hanging out with little Cliff Jumper with his giant gun.
He had Spike over the boulder. Sparkplug was like, "Hey, Hal, cut that out! Quit trying to show dominance on my son, you sick son of a bitch!"
That is actually his biggest failing. I've always said this though about Transformers G1. I loved in the initial, was it the first 1 or 2 episodes? They had powers. They all had powers.
Yeah,
you know?
did. Mm-hmm.
And it was cool, and then a few of them kept them.
Yeah.
Mirage could disappear.
They
You know?
reappear in a
Infamously-
women's locker room.
They infamously forgot how to fly. Because more than meets the eye, the Autobots can fly. They just fly. They're like, hey, let's get out of this water. Okay.
They
fly
thought
away.
that was too close to go.
And then by
bots.
the 3rd episode, they can't fly.
Yeah, well, that was too close to go, bots. They couldn't do that.
Skywarp, would be teleporting. Starscream didn't do shit, but Thundercracker, didn't he do something? I
He
mean,
did a sonic boom, I believe.
yeah. But I mean, they all did something cool, and I missed that. I missed that, So that's why I feel like that's why you didn't see Hound do anything with his holograms really after that point.
Yeah, he also ran underground pet fights the way he captured Ravage and put him in that cage. You're gonna make me a lot of money, you little pissant. Shut the fuck up. You could talk.
Hound, where you going? I gotta go talk to Michael Vick. I'll be back.
I mean,
right
Michael
back.
Vick
That
was
son
an
of a
Eagle,
bitch
wore a
owes me money.
green jersey at one point. I mean, coincident? I think not.
Yeah, there you go. Team Hound.
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of the brown hound that came? Well, that sounded racist.
Detritus?
Is that his name? Detritus? Like my friend Robert called him Demetrius. He's like,
Demetrius.
he's like, yeah, man, I saw this guy in the store. Do you have him? I'm like, yeah, I got him, bro. I appreciate it. He's like, yeah, look like a shady ass motherfucker. So he picked it up for his kid, and he's like, man, he got an Autobot logo on his arm and a Decepticon logo behind his head. I'm like, yeah. He's like, man. Then he goes, no, hold on. He goes, fuck your hood rat Autobot. You know, a nice dude to your face when you turn your back. No, I'm really bad, bro. I'm about to trade this motherfucker in for some money.
Okay, you know what? Put the one-offs aside, like Raoul and what's Carly.
Yeah.
Did you realize Bumblebee and Hound's sole purpose was just to transport humans in the show? That's it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the way they sit inside them.
Yeah, it's like, okay, that's your job, Hound. You just show us driving Spike somewhere, then you
Get
can rape him.
inside me, Spike.
Mm-hmm.
All the way inside. Climb inside me. Like up
As
to the
Hound
elbow? No, everything.
As Hound leans forward, he goes, hey, Spike, I don't want to sound up front, but can I transform with you still there? Just a little bit. I want to feel
Shit
your
you
legs
out.
crush.
Let me squirt you out.
No. Keep your shoes and socks on. In fact, keep all your clothes on. Just get in.
Squirt you out dry.
Let's talk about how tired you are after a hard day's work on the oil rig where you don't do shit because you're a high school dropout and you clean the fucking decks. Because your dad got you a job because you kept trying to fuck your cousin in the restroom in high school. You sick fuck.
Hound is such a disappointment.
He is.
Yeah, especially when
Probably
he
why I
came.
like him. We have a lot in common.
Oh, Rich.
They released that.
Don't hate us. Hate the viewer that asked for us to do this, Rich.
Yeah, Rich
I
fucks
do.
guys that are working as
Ryan,
engineers in oil platforms just like Alan. Can I call you Spike? Yeah, man, $20 is $20, whatever. All right.
Now, new Brian, he's the signature person. Is that new Brian?
No. I mean, he does do signatures, but he's not the super fanatical signature friend of mine.
Does he smuggle?
I have known
is this the one that smuggles contraband? Which one is this? I'm so confused. You have too many
Anally
friends.
smuggles contraband. Shoves it right up his ass.
Ryan's favorite character is G1 Jazz. So.
Oh well, there's clearly nothing wrong.
Oh,
with
he's
that.
racist. Got it.
Ryan, you are the coolest person I know. Speaking of
Justin's
G1 Jazz,
racist too.
I forgot I did get something this week because when you get the Porsche, you get the little key fob that looks like a Porsche. So I bought a cover that looks like Jazz, and it makes me happy.
He lost it already.
I lost it.
It's
yes.
gone.
Well, the problem
It's next
is
to the SD card.
it's jazz, so it fell in half. So,
Yeah.
Adele's pissed. It's been like 30 minutes and they drove home with the car. He's like, all right, don't forget to lock it. I lost a key fob. God damn it, Justin. I'm sorry, babe. I just don't know where it went.
Yeah.
Find it. You can help me find a USB card.
You're not wrong.
SD card.
You're not wrong. So.
Fell down a sewer grate.
Yeah.
Some random mutated rat and his 4 Ninja Turtle sons are taking your car for a joyride like in fucking Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
You realize the SD. What happened was you probably thought you were putting it down, and it just stuck to your fucking finger, and you didn't even notice, and you just walked away like. Doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, it's still there. You're right. Probably.
Yeah, he made the same exact sounds as Chef from Sesame Street.
You probably went and took a piss, and then it stuck to your penis, and then you shot your urine squirt, and it shot the SD card into the toilet.
Yes.
Or you were wiping your ass, and it stuck to your butt, and then you realized, wait a minute, you got to make a poop lasagna. There's more shit squirt to come out. And
I don't think I can eat at your
lasagna.
house ever, Robert. A poop lasagna? Okay.
You never made a poop lasagna?
I have not, no.
Where you like,
How's that work?
poop? That's when you poop,
how's that
think
work?
you're done, and then you wipe your ass, and then you realize you have to shit again. So you poop again, and then you wipe your ass again, and there you've made a poop lasagna.
I figure it's like
I
that
have
point where
never
you're like,
used the term, but yes, okay.
like you poop, you go to wipe, and you look at the paper, you're like, that's a lot of shit. I'm not done yet. And you squat back
I am
down.
going to have to tell Bedell about the poop lasagna later.
You just call her Bedell? That's horrible.
That's what we do. We don't use real names, remember? So
Not when the masks are on.
this
Oscar,
this started with Belisa, thanks to Belux.
But Rich, but reordered.
That's why I always say my right hand.
That's right.
You ever think there was an episode of G1 they really wanted to do where like some really big guy wanted to hop in Bumblebee and he just transforms? He's like, "Are you out of your mind? You're huge. Come on, I really need to go to the grocery store, Bumblebee.
I'm trying to save gas. I need a compact, economical car."
I got shocked, sir. You're about to blow them up by sitting in me like that rapper from Detroit.
Why would Ultra Magnus need to carry any of the Autobots? It makes no sense.
Well, didn't the original wasn't the G1 toy like supposed to be like a carrier for the aerial bots? I feel like it's something like that. Am I remembering this wrong? Who knows?
Richard?
I don't remember that. I don't know that. I don't know. I've never heard that one before.
Let's wait for Crimson Raptor to answer him. Then we'll have to fire Richard and hire Crimson Raptor to join the farm.
All right, well,
Crimson
Well,
Rapture.
Oscar, you
Not
have to
just
fire this. You have to fire this episode. Time to go.
Oh no! First, do you even transform, bro? And now this one, people are just firing you left and right.
Oh,
I'm kidding about that, by the way.
Oh no!
Oh no!
When you're at your girlfriend's house and you flush the toilet, and instead of going down, the water starts coming up. Oh no! When you wipe your ass and the SD card sticks to your ass,
It's gone.
and shit squirted into the toilet. Oh no!
Why is there corn stuck to the
I
SD
gotta
card?
tell this story. So I'm like 22. I just moved down here.
This SD card's got 128 megakernels.
Mega turtles, because it's all turds. No, I'm 20. I'm like 21, 22. I just moved down here from Jersey, and I made my first hookup on AOL Match because that was a thing that
I recall.
20-something-year-old Oscar paid for. And I went to her house.
Wait, you
I
paid for
remember
her on AOL Match?
No, I paid for the service.
He's doing air quotes when he says her, first of all.
Uh-huh.
But then I mean, Robert's dead.
Identifies as a her.
But
Rich, that is canceled. We don't do that anymore. So
what?
So says the
What?
president. That's canceled. We don't acknowledge that anymore.
Acknowledge what?
People who identify as other things. We don't do that anymore.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
'Cause that's
remember?
fake.
Executive orders. Come on.
Fake news, everyone. That's just a mental illness.
So, okay, so
Folks.
you hooked up with a lady boy down in Florida.
So I go to her house, right? And she's like, and she was like one of these rich girls here in town. So she had like her own guest house to herself. She's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go grab some, some popcorn and stuff from the main house. I'm like, cool. So she goes running. I'm like, I didn't really take a shit. I was like, fuck. So I go, I sit down.
Oscar.
I'm struggling a bit.
She's like, oh, by the way, don't use the toilet. It's broken.
No, it wasn't a Dumb and Dumber moment. It's just that. So I'm sitting there and nothing's happening. I'm like, come on, man, I don't have much time. And then finally, the floodgates open. And I wrap up.
Well, hook up, and he took a big steaming shit in my house.
I wrap up. I knock everything out. I'm like, okay, it's all neat. We're all good to go. I walked out, and I see her there. I'm like, hey, sorry, I just had to use your bathroom. She's like, yeah, I heard. She goes, you need to leave.
Oh, God.
I was so embarrassed because it's like, it was a mean one. Like, it wasn't like, diarrhea. It was like, it was a fighter, and it's like, she's like, some people run the tap just for, in the future. She rounds it out. You probably still be here. I'm like, okay, I get it. I'm sorry.
Moaning.
But yeah, that was some of Oscar's hilarious, embarrassing dating stories.
Very nice.
Yeah, there's a few. So let's go ahead and wrap things up here. I think we had a pretty good night. So big shout out to Dustmightz for making our show. Check out our friends at Realm of Collectors. Email any of your questions to Hailunicroncast@gmail.com. That's hail, like all hail Megatron, but you're saying Unicroncast@gmail.com. Send us your questions, anything. You have an embarrassing story when you were dating, share it.
We'll get to it in 2 years.
Say what?
I said we'll get to it in 2 years.
Yeah, because the ones we were reading, Biden was still president. So on behalf of me,
better times,
Robert D, Justin, and Mr. Preorder Rich, we want to thank you for listening. Be good to yourselves and each other, and as always, please collect responsibly.
Good night.
You've been squirted.